So the first stop on this trip was Big Bend. We just drove through the park and then we headed over to Rancho Topanga to camp for the night. Rancho Topanga.
Hello, can you talk to Daddy?
We're all set up. We're gonna go into the Starlight Cafe or Starlight Theater and get some grub. Yeah, there we are. Dan's rocking it over there. We stopped in Terlingua to get some breakfast in the ghost town. After Terlingua, we headed out to New Mexico to meet up with Joel, and he was very gracious to let us stay at his place for the night. He fed us dinner, he fed us breakfast, and then we all got together and headed on the road towards Arizona.
Comentarios caídos. Yeah, you know what? Why am I getting like obscure shade when I can have pure shade? At least like 10 minutes. Okay.
So the unfortunate thing is I had filmed about 3 terabytes of footage up to the point of Grand Tetons. Unfortunately, I lost those hard drives. Yes, I know. I did something very non-me, and I placed them on my bike. I was getting ready to leave. I think it was Boise. We were headed over to Custer, and somehow I just totally forgot, got on the bike and rode away and lost those 3 terabytes of footage from the trip. So I really lost 2/3 of the whole trip. So this is some salvaged footage that I had on some SD cards and also from my phone. So I'm doing the best I can with what I have, and this is the story up to Custer. So as we go through New Mexico, then we're headed into Arizona up to the Ghia National Forest, which is absolutely beautiful. It starts getting really interesting now. The first part of the ride through New Mexico was not that interesting, and also from Terlingua to New Mexico really wasn't that interesting. So now we're headed up into the mountains and into the forest, and we're gonna get to the top of the Ghia National Forest on this route, and then from here we were headed to meet up with Kelly at Alpine Campsite. Dan and Joel were really enjoying themselves on this twisties that we were coming up to. They were running a good pace. They're pushing each other. Me and Leo just hang back and just enjoyed watching. I'm going to take some Advil. Glad you stopped. So anybody got just regular Advil?
Sir?
So anybody got just regular Advil?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I have this for my migraines, but I don't like taking it unless I have a migraine.
I'll pump it up. Okay, so this is the road we're going to go down, and we're going to probably take that all the way to Moab. Flap your wings! Flap your wings!
I'm like Dumbo.
I hear you. You got a good echo going on. You're coming through all the different headsets.
We're doing that football victory dance where we're going like this.
Vidal, did he tackle you?
What with that? You didn't give at all.
Too much math to give.
A bit of math.
After the camp. You're right. Didn't sell it. So let's do the jumping mount. The road is coming out of something like that. With the video shot, I'll probably jump the mic down like that. Make it. How do you make it? Around to Moab.
So we've been making it a habit to take a break, a 10-minute break, every once in a while, just to get off the bike and just relax for a couple minutes and then head back on the trail. For our next break, we did a little detour and went off onto a forest road. So we're just heading down this forest road and see where it leads. I'm just following, so I have no idea where we're going, and I'm just following. But it's pretty cool. Gives you an idea what these forest roads are like. They're dispersed camping and all kinds of good stuff up here in this forest. So we'll check it out and see what comes of it.
Let's fall. I'll probably just drop my bike. I just wanted to get somewhere favorable. Plus, I think my Cena's about ready to die. No, that's once I saw this sucker right here, I go, this as far as I'm going. He's watering it. Go. Go. Show him how it's done.
Oh, dude! That's a heck of a flat.
That's something from Alien. That's something from Alien.
Yeah. This thing is yelling, right?
I think sucked a lot of blood out of someone. I need to take my helmet off.
10-minute break?
Yeah.
I'm just at a timer.
You're not going to deduct any time from my little 1 minute, are you?
No.
You got to stop up against the tree with your handlebar.
Woo! Man, I can't believe I let that happen like that.
So Dan had dropped this bike back there and had picked it up so quick that no one knew what happened.
On that last turn.
So we're here over in Schaefer's White Rim, and we're going to just demonstrate how to pick up an AT. Dan's going to demonstrate for us, so go for it. Show us how to pick up an AT. Yeah, just like that. Just like it was butter.
All right.
So now we're almost at the top, and we finally get there, and it was pretty amazing. It was nice and cool coming from, you know, the hot lower lands. And yeah, we did celebrate. We made it. It was a great time, that's for sure. And lots of admirers, that's for sure, of our bikes. There were a couple other guys up there, but we really enjoyed the view and being up in the clouds. And yeah, admiring the bikes, that's for sure. They were loaded down. Joel admiring his bike, my bike, Dan's bike. Yep, there we are. Joel had taken us up through the Morenci mines, which was pretty amazing. So we decided to take a break here in the shade. But yeah, that was really cool. After hooking up with Kelly and Alpine, we headed off to Utah, and we were at Mexican Hat, exploring Mexican Hat and getting ready to get up to our camp on Gooseneck, which was amazing for sure. And Mexican Hat was really nice. As you can see, here we are taking another break. And then this is Gooseneck campsite. Very cool. And we met up with Joel. He had to go do some business, and then he came back up and had some friends there where we had dinner. And that was really nice. And the sunset and camping there was really cool, waking up in the morning there before we headed off. And Joel's helping Leo conquer his fear of heights. Yeah, what a beautiful place. It would have been nice to spend some more time there, but it was perfect, you know. Look, I mean, how can you beat camping on the edge of this? Really nice river and campsite. There I am, way over there in my little tent.
And then I would get thrown. But it was cool.
Camp
'cause
number 3.
I got to see them use their technique against my size. I always thought that was nice. I'm like, I'm young enough to get thrown. Hey, Martin and
Moab, we're rocking it.
That's right, man.
A little siesta time before some work on the computer. Next up was Valley of the Gods, which I didn't get. We headed off to camp in Moab, and yeah, it was a nice campsite. So we're just camped off the Colorado River. All right, so we made it to our campsite, Flaming Gorge, Utah. All set up. We're decompressing, doing all our junk stuff.
It's a nice site. It's pricey, but it's a nice site. I think it was $28. That's not bad. I'm really missing my hammock. All right, off to the Grand Tetons tomorrow.
As we head out from our camp in the Flaming Gorge, this dam was pretty cool, so I had to stop and take a picture of that. So at this point, Kelly and I continued on with the journey, and as I mentioned, we were at Flaming Gorge and then off to the Grand Tetons to check that out on our way to, I think, Boise, which was a KOA. We were going to camp and then head off to Custer. But yeah, Grand Tetons was pretty cool. And we got to, hang out there for a little bit and then have lunch. There's a really good store there with great sandwiches for lunch and then on the road. So here we are at Boise at a KOA, midpoint between where we were in Idaho Falls and Custer. So we're just, this is where I lost my footage. So leaving that camp that morning.